Hi, I'm Shreya Bendigeri, an IT engineer from MIT College of Engineering, Pune. I scored a 99.5 percentile in CAT'21 with a 96 percentile in VARC, 99.75 in DILR, and 98.3 in QA. This was my second attempt after CAT'19, where I had scored 92 percentile. I have a 989 profile. After my graduation, I worked in Deloitte for 1.5 years. This time, I got calls from 17 V schools, and I converted all of them, including IIM Calcutta, FMS, and IIM Kozhikode. Post which I have now joined IIM Calcutta for their MBA program. CAT is known for being the most unpredictable exam. That is why something very important is that you shouldn't go to the exam with a fixed pattern in mind. Don't be rigid, be flexible. So QA was my forte, but in CAT'19, QA ditched me. And to my surprise, VARC never ditched me despite being the most dreadful section. That is perhaps I relied too much on QA and DILR and was less prepared for it than VARC. That's something you should avoid. Prepare equally for all the three sections, don't take any section for granted, and spend more time on your weaknesses. The more you work on your weaknesses, the more confident you will be. And CAT is more of an emotional intelligence test where you need to control your mind and focus. After the previous attempt, something which I changed in this attempt was, there were three things. So first was my approach. In the last attempt, I had quite a negative approach, but this time I changed it to being more positive, and I had a strong mind this time. I had faith in myself and I knew that I would do it this time, while I was not that confident the last time. In CAT'19, I found the VARC section tough, hence I carried the baggage to the next section and messed up with my strong QA section as well. So the result was that I scored well in VARC but unnecessarily messed up the QA section. Again in CAT'21, I found the VARC section tough, but this time I learned from my past mistakes. I forgot it then and there itself and focused on the next sections. And later when I actually saw the results, I had scored well in all the three. And the third thing is the formula book. It is a treasure for you to store everything essential. So let's start with the most dreaded VARC section. So in CAT, you not only need a great reading ability, but you also need a great comprehending ability. So if you have not started reading already, you can still start now, it is not late. You can just try reading some newspapers like The Hindu or Economic Times, and you can focus on the business news or any philosophical part of the paper, because those are the kind of passages which come in the actual exam. And secondly, you can just take any past CAT VARC papers and try to solve the questions related to it and understand where you're going wrong. So now for the next 2 months, what you can do is just focus on your accuracy. Try to solve 2 to 3 passages with high accuracy out of the 5 ones which are there in the mocks. The next step is to focus on the speed. With this, you can slowly move on to solving more passages, and when you analyze the solution, try to solve that one passage which you didn't attempt in the mock. So even if you are not able to get the answers of those questions, you will at least understand the approach. Now coming to DILR, so try to solve 3 to 4 different types of sets every day. This way you will cover all the possibilities by the exam. Initially it's fine to take around 20 minutes to solve a set, but gradually you can come down to 10 minutes per set. Then you can start developing the skill of choosing the right set, that is the easy set. Even when you get a set right in the mock, try to set the solution if there is a way you could have solved it easier and faster. Because remember, in CAT, speed matters. So being the fastest is important. Coming to QA, so you can just take 50 sums per day and start solving it every day. Try to cover all the basic concepts. And the most important part is the formula book. It is the most essential thing for all the 3 sections. Note down all the concepts, tricks in a formula book. You should note down not just the formulae, but every silly mistake that you do in your mocks. So may it be something like you considered kg instead of gram. So before you give a mock on a weekend, go through that book, and after you give a mock, when you analyze the solutions, write down all the things which you found were important to note down in that book again. And before the next mock, you will go through that book again. So you develop the habit of having a checklist in your mind while solving a sum. Like if it is a profit and loss question, after solving it, you will try to recollect all the kinds of mistakes you had done previously with respect to that question, and you can just tick the boxes that this time I haven't considered kg as gram. Even if you score less in the mocks, don't care about it initially. More than a score, your understanding and accuracy matters in the initial months. Remember, CAT is about choosing the right questions and handling your mental and emotional state. And honestly, it's because of my job due to which I studied more productively, because I knew that I had limited time on the weekdays, so I used that time judiciously. instead of the weekends. Also, in between my work, whenever I had breaks, I used that work for my leisure activities or hobbies instead of using my study time for hobbies. So this was my plan for my weekdays. And on weekends, I sacrificed my social outings. Not that you should sacrifice everything, but if it's a distraction, you know where your limits are. And if you realize you're wasting too much time in it, then yes, you should definitely keep it aside till for the next few months. And it's definitely worth it. So after my failed attempt in CAT'20, I never considered it as a dark spot. Rather, I considered it as my learning point. And I learned from the mistakes I did in that attempt, which eventually helped me to achieve the best part later. It actually helped me to change my mindset for the better. I just did everything this time, eliminated every possible risk I could that would mess up with my result. And such should be the mindset of the repeaters. It doesn't matter if you're a fresher or a repeater. If you're a fresher, you have a blank slate. And if you're a repeater, you have so many learning points already to tread on the right path now. It's extremely important to have faith in yourself in spite of what the world thinks. Surround yourself with people who motivate you. You might feel pressurized due to your peers getting into B schools. There might be pressure from your family. But keep going. Your efforts will turn fruitful as long as you believe in yourself. There would be something better in store for you certainly. Keep your goal in front of you. Watch motivation videos if needed. The amount of glory, respect and pride that comes along with that offer letter will just be the worth of your effort. Whenever you feel demotivated or low, it's a sign that you need a short break like a walk or music. Do not overexhaust yourself. Do that, go for a walk or something, pursue your hobby, and it will help you to gear up better and accelerate for the next few hours of study. I had never even dreamt of getting into one of the Holy Trinity, IIM, A, B or C. I just wanted to be in one of the top 10 B schools. But it was just my willpower which made me go beyond my capabilities. And if I can, then you can too. Also, most of the times, things don't go as per your plans. In such cases, remember that something better is definitely in store for you. Don't think about the things that aren't in your control. Stay focused on your efforts. Give your 100% and all other things which automatically fall in place at the right time. Saying so because they did fall in place for me when I needed it.